Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate the support and comments you guys left on the last video. If you have not watched the last video, I would recommend you guys click on the link below. I will have it in the description bar. It just basically really helped a lot of people that are in a single journey. If you are single, or even if you're in a relationship, just giving back to yourself, pouring into yourself. That video will really help you guys, just give you a little insight, little tips, little tricks. But we're gonna get back into this video where I just wanted to share with you guys what I really learned. Really what I learned and what I start implementing in my life that really has changed how I handle my money. Basically all money management, life management, because when your finances are in order, your life just seems more comfortable, more I guess weightlifting off, I don't know, relieve. Like your life just seems relieved, because even though if you can pay your bills, because sometimes you can pay all your bills and you don't have any money like to do other things. You know how sometimes they say you rent broke or car broke, because basically your income basically contributes to that large amount. But really sitting down and jotting down your expenses, what you really bring in, what is really going out, seriously. And the great thing about account, like your financial account, you can go and see how much money you spend on food, activities. Like Wells Fargo called me and they were just kind of going over like financial things with me, and I don't know how I felt, but the lady was like, "You spend a lot on food, Miss Brown." And I was just like, what? Like, girl, you cannot tell me. But I understood basically where she was coming from, because I do when I'm not disciplined. When I'm disciplined, I meal prep. I plan my meal preps like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in advance, simply because just help me. When you're prepared, you don't make bad food choices. Like if you're trying to lose weight or whatnot, and I am trying to lose like a good 10-15 pounds, but just staying healthy. And then with my job, I can eat out a lot, so if I don't bring like lunch or snacks or things of that sort, if I don't purchase it at a grocery store where it would be cost effective versus going to convenience stores or such as like that charge more because it's for the convenience. But I really have gotten a hold of what I need to do. Now, backstory, I have been the type of woman that have been taken care of. The money that I always have brought in, I was able to do the things that I wanted to do. I still paid bills, but in a sense where I didn't really have the value of a dollar or the money that I was bringing in, because I would have somebody, I wouldn't have somebody, but someone would be generous enough to like pay a bill, pay rent this month, things of that sort. And so I just didn't really have the synopsis of the value of money. So now I have always struggled with money management, because I have allowed my feelings to kind of dictate what I want to do. If it's like, oh, I'm in depressive mode, or just down, I wouldn't say depressive because that's very serious, but it does feel that way sometimes. So when I'm in that mode, I'm just like, I want to make something, retail therapy, I want to make something make me feel good. I want to eat something that makes me feel good consistently. So just money management really has helped me, but emotional management ties into financial management, all around. Because my biggest thing 2023 with me really being grounded and just having my own, really paying, not really having too many people influence in my finances, is really shown me that I'm really not good with money. My relationship with money is whatever. I am the type of person I know, like, oh, I'm gonna spend this because I know this gonna come, or I can get it back. I don't know where that came from, but it really has put me in that mode where I feel like, oh, I can get it back, or I'm gonna frugally spend or excessively spend. It kind of goes hand in hand with me. Sometimes I could be on a budget, sometimes I could just do too much. But my financial stability has really helped with my mental health, my emotional health, because when I can pay a bill, I can know I got money, I can pay that bill. Or I can go get my hair done, and I can go get my nails and toes done, and I can go to an event, or, you know, treat myself to a $400 bottle perfume, things of such, because, you know, Baccarat, I wouldn't even say Baccarat, it's really Macy's Francis. I love his collection. He does produce Baccarat, and I have a bad experience with Baccarat, but that's neither nor there. I love to, you know, purchase his perfume. So, and it's kind of pricey, so I have to budget. I have to put myself in a space where, you know, everything is flowing. And what I really learned is the 60, 20, 10, and 10 rule. Not sure if you guys have learned or heard of this. Basically, 60% should go to your bills, 20% should go to emergency funds, 10% should go to your goals, 10% should go to your wants. So based on basically what you bring in a month, you're going to 60% of that, 20%, 10, 10. That's just kind of like how you would do things. So I got my bills, like my rent, my car note, my insurance, lights, internet, phone, gas, and food. I jot down food and gas as well, because even though we think like, oh, that's nothing, it takes $40, $42 to fill up my gas tank right now. And I drive a Mercedes, and people think like it should take more. I'm grateful that it doesn't, but it takes $42. Food, $200 for me. I'm single, I live alone. If I meal prep and I do it in a healthy way, I go to Aldi's. I love Aldi's only because it's cheap and it's organic food, and you know, I just love how I guess the mantra around Aldi's. And I have always shopped there, even from when I lost 50 pounds and everything. So to me, I love Aldi's. It's, you know, I love Aldi's. I think it's something that's comfortable for me, something that I know. So it hasn't, you know, steered me wrong. But yeah, so I do all of that. My wants, like my hair, my nails, my toes, my wax, that comes up to $356 a month. I am a normal girl. I don't have this crazy amount of money that I do bring in right now, because my goal is I want to bring in 10K a month. I'm going to start bringing in 10K a month. That's why I have to be consistent in my YouTube, consistent in my business. And I do work at the post office, as you guys have seen in my previous videos as well. So I want to contribute all of that into bringing in 10K a month. And I feel like 10K will really put me where I need to be, where I can help others. That's my biggest thing. I want to help my family. I want to be in a very financial situation where I can give, because I feel like I have always been the loner, not the loner, the taker, I guess. Like I'm always getting money sent to me, which is cool. But that's always because I always put myself in bad financial situations where I have to ask a friend, hey, can I borrow X, Y, and Z? You know, stuff like that. And I don't really like that, because it just put me in a lot of places that I feel like it shouldn't have with people. And when I don't get my way, I act a certain way. And I feel like the relationships that were destroyed because of that, I feel like maybe I wouldn't say maybe, but I had a lot of things to do with it, because, you know, I'm a very comfortable person with asking. It ain't never wrong with me asking. If you know me, you know I'll ask, but I always repay. If I say, hey, can I borrow, and Wednesday I'm gonna give it back to you, I'm gonna give it back to you Wednesday. But I no longer live in that lifestyle anymore because of my budget and everything. So like for your emergency funds, of course, that will be like your car emergency, your savings, and your car maintenance as well. My goals, that's $427, and that's, I really haven't wrote anything for goals, because I kind of do that just on the whim. But that basically will be for my business. You know, when I have to branch out, get like graphic designers, or I want to go into a product based business, but I'm really going into like the digital, because the way I create everything is from knowledge based things. So we're kind of like, you know, in between those things. But yeah, and so what really keeps me on track, so I have accounts. My accounts, like my bills goes into my Wells Fargo account, and that's where, you know, the post office pays me. So It goes, my direct deposit goes into that. My e-fund would be my Wells Fargo savings. My goals goes into my Chase account, and my wants just like my Cash App, because I tap for everything anyways. It's a couple of stores like Kroger's and Walmart that doesn't accept, you know, tap or whatnot, but for the most part, I would say 98% I tap. So I feel like using Cash App, you know, I just put it in there or whatnot, or Apple Pay, and I use it just like that. But that little whole synopsis have really helped me in managing my money. I'm not 100%, I'm like a good 89% being consistent with it. So what I would advise other people to do, like if you have a bad money relationship or just a complex one, I would say what I've done, you know, what works for me, and I feel like what works for others as well, is when you get paid, or, you know, basically when you get your direct deposit, pay your bills, right? Your non-negotiables are this bill, this bill, this bill. And then your other non-negotiables would be like, okay, I'm gonna get my hair done, that's X, Y, and Z, that's $100. I was about to say $10, like, right? I wish it was, but that's like $100. Like whatever, like your nails, or you want to buy, like my next thing, I need to buy gym clothes. I'm getting into loving it, and so I want to look good doing it. So like, hey, my next pay period, I want to spend like $150 on, you know, gym clothes or whatnot. It's stuff on Fashion Nova, Shein, you know, it's gym wear, you know, $20. You know, girls, we can get away with, you know, cheap clothing items or whatnot that are somewhat durable. But for the most part, a lot of things that I purchased from Fashion Nova workout gear has been durable. Wash it a couple of times, no problem, you know. But yeah, so I feel like okay, you do that, you pay all your bills flat out, you don't do anything leisurely, anything that would disrupt something getting cut off, something being late, or anything like that, your non-negotiables. And then once you pay your necessities or whatnot for that period, because how I do things, I split it up. Like I pay really all my bills with one check, and then my second check I pay like my car insurance, and, you know, maybe TMI, but right now I'm like, my car insurance is $377. That's because I got 2 super speeds, so it went up. At first it was $150, so you know, it's like really hurting me, like in a way where I just cringe, because like how you go from 150 to 377, but that's the price I have to pay. Like now I don't drive over 75 because you know, I paid the price, and I live the life that, you know, put me in a state where I have to pay almost $400 for car insurance, and I'm a great driver. I used to drive fast, but now I don't. So like my second check, I pay like my car insurance, and then the rest of that money is, you know, I wouldn't say leisurely, but I don't have to pay any more bills with that. So it has really helped me manage my money and get the things that I need done. Like I got big ticket items that I want to purchase, so I'll take money from that, put it in, you know, an account, really my Chase account, because I don't really see my Chase account like I do my Wells Fargo. So it helps me like out of sight, out of mind. And so really doing that has helped me, because now when I have to pay a bill or something I would forget to do, but I already got my hair done, I already done went out, I bought some trees, I done went to an event, and then, you know, you're gonna notice saying, hey, insurance or light, or, you know, whatever is doing, you done paid, you know, you done played really with all your money. And so I just really believe going ahead and paying your bills off top. And for some people, you're probably like, girl, that's what you're supposed to do, that's what you should have been doing. But because my relationship with the money was horribly, that, you know, I would pay, you know, the real bill. Like I would just pay like rent or something I know like I'm not gonna get kicked out. But, you know, it's been a couple of times where I let my lights go off, and I'm just being truthful with you guys because I want to help someone. But now I'm in my 30s, because a lot of that was in my 20s. I mean, I'm only 32, but when I hit 30, I ain't had no light cut off, because life just became very real for me, and, you know, I just stopped playing around. So I just like, okay, let me get my money, because, you know, when a man's not even with a man, but with society or people see you, I want to withhold like a certain type of statue where people look at me in a certain type of way. So I want to have my business all the way together. So I want to come home. Oh, I'm trying to have like a little friend gathering. My lights off, you know, stuff like that. Because it's been times I came home, my lights was off, and I had to pay it, and that's embarrassing. You know, thankfully it's only been me coming home to that, and it never was like me and my friend or, you know, things of that stuff. Only the people that know about it is you guys, and I'm just telling you about, because I've never really shared this with anyone. But I want to be very transparent with my channel. I just want to be me, you know. I just want to be me and help. I love to help, and I just really want my channel to grow in a way where, you know, it's genuine and authentic, the way I talk, the way I handle myself with you guys. Like I said, I love the comments. You guys make me feel like we just know each other. Like, you give me, you know, a little advice, a little, or you share things with me. People have always shared things with me. So you know, those tricks, and not tricks, but those tips may have been something normal for you, but because like I come from poverty, I come from, you know, like based on income household, so I never really got, that's a lie, because when I was in school, and I'm gonna make a separate video about this, like my life, my childhood growing up, but I moved with my cousins, and they had money. They had money where they took care of me or whatnot, and I was in a predominantly white school, and I think it was like maybe 3 to 5 black kids or whatnot, and we had money management. They taught us how to buy a car, buy a house. They broke it down, percentages and everything. So I can't say that I didn't know per se, but I just didn't see a tangible action of, you know, a relationship with the money, because even my cousin, like, even though he had money, it would be quick money, you know. It would be money that, you know, like, lost it all and got it back. All right. Like, it was that type of situation. So, you know, I just didn't really see, you know, that, you know, life. But so unfortunately, it brought me through a journey of making a lot of bad money habits. But thankfully that God has always looked out for me, always spent a block on me, because he just always put people in my place in my life to be able to take care of me, like help me out when it was needed. And I could be truthful to you guys, because that's the honest God's truth. Like, if it wasn't for the people that came into my life at the time that they needed to come to help me, like, my situation probably would be a lot differently. So I'm very grateful and very humble about that. But now it's time for me to really get out of la la land and understand that, you know, I have to take on a lot of things on my back, and we got to keep it moving and really get a lifestyle where I'm 100% in control. I'm 100% knowing how to handle things. You know, it took me a very long time to understand my emotions, how to handle them, how to manage them, really, because a lot of times some people don't even feel their emotions, their feelings. They suppress it, and then it blows up. I'm a type of person, I feel everything, and I'm going to express it, and I'm going to vocalize it. That's just who I am. You rub me the wrong way, you rub me in a good way, I'm gonna say it. Like, I give people their flowers. No one can ever say that I didn't give them their flowers. But for the longest, I made a lot of bad money decisions, and that situation of like putting it in writing where I could tangibly see, this is on my vision board in my my closet, so I can see what it is. It's been a couple of times where I didn't follow, like, paying my bills, and I did some other things, and it really like blew back on me, and I was trying to play catch up, and I don't like playing catch up because I wasn't able to get my hair done, my nails done. I had it, but it was like getting old and stuff like that. So it just put me in a place where it's like, when I don't look good, I'm not feeling good, I just, you know, it's just it's not a good space for me. And I love to look good, because when you look good, you do good, you know. And so that really helped me. That's why I say that this may have been something that you guys have known, but actually doing it, and you may have to push yourself. It may be a couple of times where you know it, like maybe you are having problems and this is helping you. You say, hey, I want to try this. It's probably going to be a couple of times where it don't really happen that way. It don't happen that way. So you become hard on yourself, and you're like, and it's gonna put you back. But it's okay. You gotta be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself, and understand that you first understand you have the knowledge. 2, you gotta figure out what's the reason for you to, what's the reason for you not to, stay on course. Because a lot of times we reject healthiness. It may be crazy, but we reject healthiness. And for me, that's what my body was doing, because my body was telling me like, oh, we feeling this way, we gonna do this. We feeling, and it's just like, no, it always kept me back. And so it's like, I no longer want to live like that. I want to do what I need to do, and it's been a couple of times where, it was dark. It was dark, and I just was tired of it. I was just tired of it. But I was patient with myself. I was patient. I gave myself affirmations, and I can't stress enough, I was patient with myself, because I just was saying, okay, the next check, or okay, the next time, and it was a lot of that for me. But I was eventually able to get out of it, and I'm thankful and I'm relieved that I don't have to deal with that really too much anymore. So really, you have to acknowledge that you don't have emotional management, financial management, and I think I know that will really start the process. Once you just like, okay, I'm tired of my emotions telling me I don't want to work out today, and it's stopping my results, or I'm scared, because a lot of things be fear. And I think with money, I have a fear with money, and that's why I'm gonna start reading this book. I just seen on TikTok, this girl was saying the relationship with money. I think it's by a Black author. I'll let you guys know in the comments, in the description bar, what the book is called. And I really hope it's helpful, because I've gotten it down packed, but I just still have fear and anxiety around money. And it's probably because I just didn't have a good relationship with it. It wasn't something of value to me, if I would say that, because like I said, I used to always say, I'm gonna get it back. I don't be able to pay that, because my pattern has always been, it's gonna get done. That's how I always were in school. Like when it came to like a project or essay, I'm gonna get it done at the last minute. Instead, I had all this time to brainstorm and research, especially research papers. Like, baby, it was getting done at 11, 10. Well, I would start at like 6. I'm not gonna lie, I started at like 6. If it's due tomorrow, I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna go all the way until like 12 a.m. But it's gonna get done. And that's kind of how I worked. And I got B's, some C's and whatnot. But for the most part, I wasn't really an A student. That's why I said B's, because it was a B, C's. And the C's was kind of like math, really. Because science and language arts, reading, language arts, that type of social studies, that would be B's. All of those would be B's, really. But if you're really ready to just start managing your life, really becoming that person that you see yourself, I think really handling your finances and your emotions, because those two go hand in hand, where people really don't think they do. But like for me, I am a very emotional woman, and so everything is important, everything has value. And so my emotions will sway into handling my business at the end of the day. When it's time to, be a boss, to be a grown woman, be a leader, all of those things, you have to put those things in check. Get your emotions, get your feelings aligned. And, it's going to trickle into, your life in other areas, really, for the most part. And that's why I wanted to really come on here and share what I've learned. The 60-20 10 and 10 rule: bills, e-fund, goals, and wants. Write it all down. Really figure out if you got different accounts to put it into, because it's helped me. Someone else showed me this plan, so it's helped them, and I'm pretty sure many more people have heard about it, and it's helpful. So I thank you guys for just really taking the time to click on my videos, share comments, interact with me. Like, I love that. It really warms my heart every time, my creator fund, my creator accounts tells me like, oh, you got a comment, tells me I got a comment, tells me my views are going up, all of those things. Like I said, I just wanted to help share the knowledge that I have and really be of service to you know, anyone. If I could change just one person or help one person, my job is done. So thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Stay tuned for more, and like I said, I have other videos that I have previously filmed and that I'm going to put in the description bar. So if you want to check those out, you want to leave comments and interact, you can follow me on my Instagram at @theashleyj_. And until next time, thank you guys.